Everybody, it's your boy Carlos here,
And Joseph,
and this is
the
The Passenger
passenger
Seat.
seat. All right.
All right, all right. Hey, welcome back, writers, to another episode of The Passenger Seat. We are currently in the month of October, so we thought we'd release videos that have to deal with, I guess, the spooky, supernatural spirits and ghosts and things like that. And we thought we'd mark off the. I think this is not the first episode of October, or it is.
It don't matter. It's
Okay.
not, but it don't matter. We've
the
got the
second
spirit, and that's what
episode.
counts.
The second episode of October, we thought we talk about the, I guess, one of the most acclaimed animated films of all time, Spirited Away. Since
Hmm.
this year would mark its 20th anniversary from when the film got released in 2001.
Yep. Yeah. Man, Spirited Away. Okay, so I figure, I hope that the writers watching us are familiar with Spirited Away. If you're
Right?
not, then we'll give you a little bit of a synopsis. Basically, it's the story of a girl traveling with her parents, and they pretty much get lost in what, like a forest. They take a wrong turn in their car
Yes, and then they see a
tunnel.
tunnel that sort of looks like a train tunnel.
Hmm. And they go in there. They come out on the other side to like an abandoned, was it like
A
town?
literal ghost town.
Yeah, a literal ghost town. There's nobody there, and basically they just start to walk around. They're enjoying everything. The little girl's like, "Hey, I don't think we should be here. We should just go back." And the parents are like, "Ah, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let's just go around."
You're a little girl.
You're a little girl, and they basically end up seeing this table or this little shop full of food, and they're like, "Oh, great food, randomly sitting here. You know what would be a great idea? Let's just eat."
That's just eat. They were looking for a person to serve them, and nobody was there. They're like, I guess we should just eat. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
So they just start ripping into it, and I guess the food was enchanted, and they start turning into pigs.
Hmm.
And yeah, basically, the story goes along with this girl traversing the spirit world and trying to get her parents back to their regular forms, and she ends up working in a bathhouse.
Yes, full of spirits and ghosts.
Hmm. Yeah, and essentially, movie progresses along. We don't, want to spoil it too much for those of you who haven't seen it, and it ends up where, the girl encounters some spirits, helps them, instead of being like, I guess in that same sort of, how the spirits in the movie, they have this sort of attitude, and she's like the how do you say that, no face.
No face.
um she
She sort of sees like the good in every spirit, and everybody else is just afraid.
exactly. So yeah, and that's essentially, she helps these spirits, and as she goes through the movie, eventually, I don't want to spoil that, but
She does meet up with she meets up a new friend who helps her along the way, so she doesn't get into trouble and things like that. His name is Haku. He plays a very important role in the movie, but if we said that, then we would spoil the movie. So,
fair.
but yeah, otherwise, that is the plot of the film. Really, really good film. It came out in 2001. It was under Studio Ghibli, and it was famously directed by
Yao Miyazaki.
yes, who directed many more films than that, who were also very successful. It garnered an Oscar from the 75th Academy Award for Best Animated Film, and it was the highest grossing film in Japan until Demon Slayer came along with Mugen Train.
Yes. Man, but we got to give it to Spirited Away. There was a reason for why it was up there as the best animated film, because
Definitely.
if you ever seen a Studio Ghibli movie, you know that those movies are just crazy amazing when it comes to the animation. The animation is so, you can tell that it's animated, but it feels so real, things like the people, the way their skin looks, food, everything is drawn so beautifully, and it's animated wonderfully. The music, the scores in the movie are great. The story behind the movies are great. You know, my personal favorite from Studio Ghibli is Princess Mononoke, and for me, that's just a great film. You know.
Oh, I think mine would have to be Castle in the Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't like
which
what?
was the first one. Actually, Howl's Moving Castle is really cool too.
Yeah.
But yes, very. If you guys haven't seen it, you should guys definitely go check it out. One of the greatest anime films. You would not be disappointed because this director, every time they release a film, it takes you on this sort of like,
Journey.
yeah, I know, you get like a feeling when you watch it, and you get really into it. And
Hmm.
for those of you who don't know exactly what Studio Ghibli is, I think My Neighbor Totoro is probably their mascot. You probably recognize it by that.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, and another thing I want to say about Studio Ghibli movies is also the even like even though there are moments where it's like, you know, the moment in time that they choose for each movie, it feels um, there's something magical, even though it might be something that's futuristic, or you know, they have futuristic elements. They're in this like more nature focused environment, you know, and you could definitely tell that in the movies, and it's very beautiful. I think to see that. So yeah.
No, I agree. They always stick to like this. He loves to touch upon like the spirits and magic and things like that about the history of Japan. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what else we can say about the movie without spoiling anything. On a personal note, I freaking hate the baby.
Oh,
Uh,
the baby.
the baby. I hate that character with a passion. You know, don't get me wrong, I want to have kids someday, but if there's any portrayal in a movie that makes me want to dislike kids, it's that baby.
It's it's definitely that baby.
Yeah.
I guess another one last interesting fact is that they did distribute it in the United States, and the distributor in the United States for this film was actually Walt Disney. So sort of qualifies as a Disney film, but not really.
Hmm. Hmm.
Maybe.
Let's see when we're gonna get the Ghibli Park in Orlando.
Oh, dude, don't even talk about that. That'd be amazing.
We can only hope and dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that's our episode for today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Let us know who your favorite character in Spirited Away was, or which one is your favorite Studio Ghibli movie.
Yes, I really like to know that one because there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, and don't forget to smash that like button. As always, thank you for joining us in the ride today, and hopefully you'll join us next time here in
The
the
passenger
passenger
seat.
seat.